Okay, so in this video we are going to add a domain to our store, and actually we're going to add a subdomain because, like I said earlier, we already have a website set up at femicoy.com. We want our store to be reached at shop.femicoy.com. So the way we're going to do that is we go over here, click on online store, click on domains. Now this domain here is the default domain. It's called the My Shopify domain that Shopify sets up for you by default. Every store gets one. It's the store name .myshopify.com. But we want our own domain, and usually you're just setting up a .com domain without a subdomain, and you've got a few options here. You can connect the existing domain, where you just click on this and then enter your domain, and Shopify will actually do it automatically. It's usually a good idea to open up a new window, and I've got GoDaddy here, and I'm logged in, and that makes this process a little easier if you're already logged into where you bought your domain from. The other options are to transfer a domain, which will move your domain. Say if you bought it at GoDaddy, it'll move it over to Shopify, and Shopify will manage the settings, which isn't really necessary. You can leave it at wherever you register it. It's the same thing, really. It doesn't save you or anything. And then you can also buy new domains through Shopify, which I don't usually recommend either. I actually like to use Namecheap for domains nowadays, because you kind of have an issue with both of these. If you transfer it or buy it here, if you shut your store down later, you got to kind of deal with and you want to keep your domain, you got to deal with that issue. Like, you got to transfer your domain before you shut your store down, and if you shut your store down first, it kind of becomes a little hassle. But for us, we're pointing a subdomain. We're going to use a subdomain, which is a little bit different than the normal setup. It's a kind of a special case here. So the way we're going to want to do that is, I've logged in my GoDaddy account. This is Femicoy, and we're managing the DNS. And these are all the records for your domain. There's probably a lot more here than yours might have. But what we want to do is add a new record called the CNAME record. And then the host will be shop, and then points to shops.myshopify.com. This is a URL that I got from Shopify. Just happens to be similar to this, but this is basically what I want to use for our domain. So it'll be shop.femicoy.com. If I wanted it to be store.femicoy.com, I would put store here, but I want it to be shop, and this we can just leave as it's set, and I will click save, and then we'll come back there, here, and we'll go to connect existing domain, and we'll go shop.femicoy.com, click next. It found it. Shop, connect your GoDaddy domain. You can go on your account, change your settings. That's what I just did, I believe. But if you didn't know, you could click there. They'll show you the instructions. Verify the connection. So we'll just verify this. Cross our fingers. Awesome. Looks like it worked. So now our primary domain is shop.femicoy.com, and the SSL certificate is pending. That usually just takes maybe an hour or so, and all your domains redirects to this primary domain, which means anyone to this will be redirected to that, and this looks great. So we'll give it some time. Let me see. Try it right now, see what happens. Sometimes you get lucky. Shop. But it may take a couple hours to take effect. Yes, it actually works. So it's not secure yet because the SSL is still pending, but that will take care of itself in hopefully not long, 30 minutes, an hour. This is actually our password protected page, and we should actually turn that off before we launch this site, and we'll do that real quick since we just landed on it. believe that's in preferences, and it's at the bottom here, so password protected. Just uncheck that and save. And now technically the store is live. Shop.femicoy.com. Looking good. So one other thing I'll probably do is add another menu item that says return to femicoy.com or return to main site. And on the main site, this is out of the scope of this video because this is a WordPress site, but we'll just add a menu that says shop, and that will take you to shop.femicoy.com. That way people can go back and forth between the main site and the store. All right, I'll see you in the next video.